We haven't had one of these in a while, and I enjoy them because I love at any point in time. I think we even had it one time where I said, "Look, don't just give me the horror stories. If there's a good story, let me know." And I think it was called. We've done real life marriage. I think we're up to case number 17 or 14 or something like. We're in the teens. Dating Christian girls were on case number 7. But I believe it was one of the marriage ones. It was like, "Yeah, my wife is great." I'm like, okay, cool. So 1 in 14 now. I love the Christian dating Christian girl stories. Because I'll tell you right now, being a preacher's getting, not, you know, being an introvert and a recluse. I went out and dated many girls, many of which were Christian. And okay, inside baseball. Everybody ready for the preacher's kid to pull back the curtain? Most of the people in church aren't real Christians. Shh. And so these Christian girls are not real. Most people, male or female. I'm not kidding. 95% of you shouldn't even be going to church. You don't believe in this shit. Just knock it off. You go for ulterior reasons, not God. But then the girls, and it's, I don't know. I'm sure there's maybe some metrics. We need a Christian economist to keep Christian statistics or statistics of the Christian church. Like what percent are born again, which isn't real. Sorry. Oh! Shh, I know everything. Anytime there's the prospect of someone who's not like a convert, oh man, do the churchies love the converts. Fuck their own religious, reliable members. Fuck the penitent. Fuck the devout. Oh my God, we got a perspective. Fuck you. Oh my God. Did you kill 8 people and leave your children and destroy 8 homes? Oh my God, forgives. Come on in, get baptized. So I would like to see the economic statistics, like what percent of your congregation is born again. That's one little, oh, that percent bullshit, huh? Okay. And so on a more serious note, it is not an enviable situation real Christian men and women are facing in this country. If you want to find a real Christian to date, possibly marry, maybe have kids, when 95% of the people there are posers. But it's getting pretty easy to identify. I mean, I know, I know you get some true believers. I don't mean they just believe in Jesus. They believe whatever the church tells them on top of that. I just wait my will. But as more and more of you are getting street smart, because we have this thing called the interwebs, you're starting to realize, wow, it's pretty difficult dating Christian women. And they say, what about the real Christian women? I'm like, all right, well, they're not going to have sex, which they shouldn't. But then you got a 50-50 chance if they're going to lord the Bible over you and like, oh, God wouldn't let you touch me in my boobies. That's dirty. That's gross. This is only for having more Christians. What a bag of fun you are. Didn't God like rejoice? Jesus dance and rejoice? No, King David danced and there was wine and there was some fun involved. Is there any fun parts of the Bible? I could have swore there was. So let's go to the field report. I want to make sure I got, yep, here it is. Hey, so I've seen your videos about dating Christian girls. My story isn't as crazy as others because I've been a follower of yours for years. Oh my God. Last year in September, I moved to foreign country. I didn't speak the language and was kind of really lonely, but that's what happens when you chase a better life and dig yourself out of poverty. Anyway, I decided to go to a Christian church near me. I went a few times. I met a girl. Let's call her Ivana. I'm going to assume you didn't name her real name. Who was born in this foreign country, but her parents were from my home country. So she spoke my native language, which was refreshing. I immediately asked her out, date, hang out, whatever. And after a few weeks, we went out. Few weeks. The first date was okay. We talked about everything and anything, our goals, dreams for life, and so on. I had the impression we had similar values and aspirations, though we approached them from different angles. Second date, we went for drinks and a walk. I have to admit, we were very honest about everything, including past relationships. And then I heard the weirdest shit ever from her. No, really? She told me about her ex boyfriend who was completely controlling. Sure, now, okay, if you've been following me for a while, all right, you know this is. I'm not saying it's 100% bullshit. But, oh, my ex-boyfriend blank, whatever fill in the blank is already, as the kids would say, totally sus, man. So you'll forgive me if I say, yeah, sure, he was totally controlling. He wouldn't let her wear what she wanted and so on. I thought, okay, it's fine if he wanted her to wear something specific while with him. I mean, I didn't want my ex-wife to look like a slut when we were going to the library. I don't know. I kind of, yeah, it's mine. Fuck all you people. I didn't want my wife look like a slut when we were going to the library, but then she went on to say the guy worked as a thing and carried a gun on him, which is unusual in the country we're in now. She told me how they were once in the car and he got angry, pulled out the gun, and started threatening a pedestrian for crossing the street too slowly. What the hell? All right. In either case, this is bad. This is a red flag, which I think you picked up on. If she's telling the truth, she obviously likes the bad boy. And I understand you girls are always going to like the bad. You need a strong man who ain't going to tolerate shit and is willing to get into fights. I know that's sexy. I get it. But he's also dangerous, and that's where you kind of are blinded by the drug dealing and the gunshots. But if she's telling the truth, that's already bad. But if she's lying, which is also possible, that's also bad. No girls paid me to consult them yet, so I'm going to be quiet. What the hell? Every story after that was worse than the last. He threatened to hurt her and so on. Total madness. But obviously she liked it because she stayed with him for a long period of time after these incidents. She ended up in a mental institution for several months' time after the relationship. Look, man, if you're in war, right? Okay, talk to a therapist. If your dad died of a tragic accident and you were young, some actually horrific. Otherwise, I had to go to a mental institute. Don't give a fuck. Hey, I hope you're better. I wish you the best. Get the fuck out of here. Nope. No. 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 I thought these Christian girls would be nice and sugar and spice and stable and able. What the hell? What? At this point, I'm putting everything together in my head and thinking, nope, no way. I can't compete with this guy. Good distinction, sir. I'm not that randomly violent. I don't create that much drama. I have a stable job as a highly paid professional. I'm tall and don't have tattoos, but don't have tattoos. Yep. Look, Lee, I'll give you some free information, some free advice, Lee. Christian or not. See, we know you want the bad guy. Okay. The paradox that puts men into is that it risks our lives, not necessarily in terms of death. I should say it risks our livelihood, because being the bad boy usually means committing some kind of crime or violence. And now that really compromises our ability to make money. And then the funny thing is, deep down inside, you girls want the bad boy, you want the motorcycle rider, but then you also want to make $175,000 a year, which generally a criminal record doesn't eliminate the chances, it really lowers it. Know what I'm saying? Guys, if you have to choose between one, if you want to get laid, if you want the girls, be the bad boy. Don't. Rich is secondary. Tell you right now, be jacked, be bad. Ride your motorcycle, get your tattoos. But yeah, I mean, the idea would be you're a badass, but quietly you're an accountant. Did we talk about T-Rash that way? Like T-Rash just goes on, he puts on a show, right? But then at night, he's this mild-mannered CPA accountant who's got really good money skills. Like, yeah, I was in juvie, but that was 30 years ago. I go to church regularly, but I go to church on the other side of town, so these girls don't know. They think I'm a badass on this side of town. Mortimer Snerd's tax accountancy. Uh, Still, I wanted to see how the date would end. Later, when we were on the train back to the city where we both live, she told me something interesting, that there's no sex with her before marriage. For you. Let me tell you a story. Now you tell me. I remember dating a girl who was Christian and of course single mom. I forgot about that part. Single mom. And I don't have sex before marriage. I'm like, okay. And we went on a couple dates. It didn't really go anywhere after that. I think 3 dates max. And then I'm like, okay, fine. Thank you. Thank you. I'll be on my way. 2 years later, me and a buddy of mine in the same circles. I said, "Did you ever know this gal?" I forget her name now. I forget her name. And I said, "You ever know this gal?" He's like, "Yeah. Her and I dated a while." I said, "No kidding." He's like, "Yeah, she was really good in the sack." I'm like, "What?" He didn't say it exactly like that, but it was found out she slept with him. I'm like, "Wait a minute. I thought she was all Jesus and praying and forgiveness and no fun and da da like." I don't think he said it sucks to be you, but I'm like, "Well, you son of a bitch. God damn, well, good for you." I'm not jealous. I'm happy for the man. But yeah, guys, remember 95% of them aren't Christian, right? Would be, I know no premarital sex, except for him because he cut that guy's tires, made me hot. I like him. But then God will forgive me. But you, I like you so much, I won't sleep with you. It's 95%. So see if your story is similar. As a good Christian guy who's been married before and will never repeat that experience, I understood her stance. Well, why? Out of curiosity, if you're a good Christian guy who's been married before and never repeat that experience, so then you're kind of in a quandary. Like you got to kind of go have sex outside of marriage, right? I understand your secular ethics, not even motivations, but marriage has become so bad. But if you're still going to want to have sex, you're going to have to do it outside the confines of marriage because marriage itself has been so poisoned, dangerous. And any case, as a good Christian guy who's been married before and will never repeat that experience, I understand her stance. So I asked her, "Hey, that's fine, but can I ask, are you a virgin by any chance?" Her, "No." Me, "Okay, have you ever been married before?" Maybe. Her, "No." Me, "Do you see why I have a problem with your idea of no sex before marriage?" Nailed it. Now here's the question. Was she Christian that entire time? Or did she convert recently? So here we get our answer. She shyly looked at me and didn't say anything. Oh, she was a Christian the whole time. And his dick was just a little bit better than guys, they did for a whole host of reasons. But because it is yet another veneer, another layer of bullshit that you guys have to deal with, unless you're legit old school Orthodox church or any religion. If you hear Christian girl first, okay, sure, fine. I've slept with many Christian girls. It's the way it should be. Because there's no bullshit. They're just acting like normal girls. But if you get saying, "And I don't have sex before I met," okay. And this isn't someone like has screwed up in the past, didn't sleep with the bad boy criminal. All right. Fine. Otherwise, I've said it before. If you want a good Christian wife, get yourself a secular girl and then start going to church together. All right. One entire layer of bullshit that in 98% of the time is bullshit. Even if the girl's legitimately Christian, most of them are using the Christianity, as a tool to lord over you, pun intended. I somewhere out there, sure, I'm sure there's a Christian couple where the wife is hot and she's horny and she loves her husband and let's do the sex. Most of the time, no. It's when God says, look, to pull that Bible out. They'll have Jesus come into the bedroom with you. It's like, nope, no, I don't want to hear. Me and my wife, I'm sure you do. I'm not saying it doesn't, but especially the younger you, especially the younger. I'm talking anyone under 50. All right, it's they're not real Christians. They're not. Just find yourself a nice secular girl or overseas. I'll grant you that. You can find a nice overseas Christian girl. They're a little bit more authentic. But oh my God, the American Christian girl who won't sleep with me sheepishly admitted she slept with another guy while also still being Christian outside of marriage. She shyly looked at me and didn't say anything. Me, look, I know you didn't say this explicitly, but what you said when analyzed by my male brain boils down to this. Hey, my name in my past, hey, client, in my past, there was a man I wanted so badly that I was ready to throw everything away, everything I believed in just to please him. I said, screw my family, screw God, screw the consequences. I want this man to be happy and satisfied. But you, client, I mean, the guy who's sending this in, you're not that man and you're going to have to pay. Nailed it. Nailed it. Her, yeah, but all the girls in the church I go to are like this. So I won't find a girl who will have fun before marriage. What there? Thank you. You pull back the curtain for me. And look, you Christian, I'm not kidding. Look, we're at interesting times now. I don't believe in Christianity, but if I were to believe in God, I would almost view this as a calling. Where, all right, look, God has sent many trials and tribulations, starting with the Jews all the way up to after the time they murdered JC. And like, hey, there's callings. I think it might be callings for you men to go overseas, find women in traditional cultures who may not be Christian, and then you can convert them to Christianity. Not joking, right? Or do you want these bastardized mutant versions of Christians? Huge asterisk, and deal with this fucking bullshit. Really? I'm not a big passport bro, but I understand it. And it's a hell of a lot easier. Look, I flew over to the Philippines, not for girls, but for work, and that was a bomb. But it wasn't, that was nowhere near as painful. The flight, admit it, long, and dealing with all the bullshit and flying back. Yes, tiring, taxing. Nowhere near as bad as some dates I've had. That's a fraction of the price you got to pay. Go find yourself a nice girl, a traditional girl, who then also probably would become Christian. Although I believe in the Philippines, they are mostly Christian. I think that's not an uncommon, probably because of the Spanish influence. I could be guessing. Or I don't know, maybe go find a good, nice Christian girl over there. But this shit in America? No. No, look, if you want, I should really do this. I should go do some Christian economics. Wouldn't that be a great book? Although it's so amorphous because you got, oh yeah, we're totally the gay pastor Christian. Like now, it'd almost be impossible to measure. If you just want to know what it's like on the secular level, go get my book I got linked below called The Book of Numbers, Analyzing the ROI in the Pursuit of Women. This is their firmware. This is their wired settings. This is what you get to deal with here. Now, say, oh, I'm going to date a Christian girl. That's like upping it from regular to veteran mode. All right? You just make it a lot more difficult. I don't know how much time you got on your hands, but if you want to have a family and get married, I wouldn't be fishing in these waters. Certainly not for a Christian. Yeah, but all the girls in the church I go to are like this. So I won't find a girl who will have fun before marriage, unless it's with the right guy. Me, doesn't matter. Tell the girls in the church that I want sex so they can filter themselves out and I don't have to ask each one individually. They can just come to me. Dude, that I want sex so they can filter. The fact sex just becomes this tremendous issue, this tremendous negotiating pain in the ass. No. No. Oh, and I gotta imagine this isn't a younger gal because you said you were married before and she's been with this guy. This is just tiring. This is if this is the tooth pulling that occurs even before you're gonna have sex, can you imagine what it'd be like when you're married? Oh, fuck that shit. She started looking at me awkwardly and nervously. I said a few more stupid things or mean and asked, I don't believe so. It probably turned her on. I no, I were they true? I'm sick and tired of this. Oh, you were mean. No, no, there's no mean. There's just truth. If I was mean, I'd call you a poopy poopy fart face. I'd make up something that isn't true. That person is a poopy poopy fart face. But yeah, how much time did you waste? How much time did she waste of your time? At that moment, I knew nothing would come of this, and I wanted. Well, you should have known when I'm from a mental institution. That would have been when I've tapped out, like, oh, sorry, buzzer. I'm out. See ya. Good night, everybody. Gonna go read some Calvin and Hobbes. At that moment, I knew nothing would come of this. I wanted to preserve my reputation in the church because I liked the place. Now, a year later, I could say that everything is fine. Did she leave? Is she gone? That's another thing, man. Don't piss where you eat. Don't shit where you eat. Sorry, ladies. We have a relation. Well, not me. There are some authentic Christians who want to have a relationship with Christ. It should be the most important thing in their lives. So you kind of understand and forgive them. Forgive. You'll forgive them if they're not interested in dating. Like, no, I have a very important relationship with Christ, and it's at this temple, and I'm not going to soil this. Thus the irony. What's worse, the girl isn't even that attractive. She's overweight and behaves like this. Well, then why are you bothering going out with her? In the past, I've dated younger, more beautiful girls who after the first date ironed my shirts, baked cakes, and so on. Wait, go back to doing that. Wait, whatever you were doing, recreate that environment. So I know I can be charming and desirable to women, but after this, I asked myself what I did wrong for her to feel it was okay to say that to me. Am I that much of a loser? No. Okay, look, never confuse being unpopular with being a loser. Okay, especially in the West. The West is filled with fucking degenerate shit. Westerners are shit. You're shit people. You're not impressive. You're losers. You're parasites. You're pathetic. You're sad. You're weak. You're in some ways some of the most despicable people to ever be alive in all of human history. And oh no, somebody from the normie conformity convention said they didn't like it, called me mean and nasty. Fuck off. You guys are losers. What would you, this girl who is in a mental institution dating a freaking loser? You worried about okay, and that's fine. That's okay. But then hypocritically is also then a Christian? No. What would you want her to do? Sing your praises? You're fine, man. Never Rule 1. Accurately diagnose who's got the problem. Is it you or society? And I don't know. Maybe it's the gal sucking dick who claims to be a Christian because he's a bad boy and threatens her, who just got out of a mental asylum. Maybe that's the one I should not. I'm just going to guess that's the one with the problem. No, man, it's not you. It's not you. I mean, this doesn't mean you get to be a dick or get to be fat. Right? I've always, advocated that you are responsible and all that, but that's the main. I have. You want to read an old article? Go look up on my blog. Why every man should become Cary Grant, or search Cary Grant on the Captain Capitalism blog. And my whole point of that article was, look, the reason you become the best version of yourself, Christian, physique, what career, whatever, is so that when the girl shoots you down, well, it ain't me. It ain't me. I mean, now you could be like Herb, 4'11". Okay, it is probably you, but that's your height and you don't really control that. But if you work out, you're in good shape, you're a good man, you're funny, you try it right, you become the best version you possibly can be. and the girl still shoots you down, you know who's got the problem? She does. Maybe you didn't you weren't as charming. Maybe you're awkward one night. Maybe, I mean, there's a lot of things that could actually be you, and you should be honest about that. But man, I got I'll tell you the story again. A story where I went into a jazz club, I was in my suit, full day of work at the bank, and I taught 3 hours of dance classes. I used to be a ballroom dance instructor. I come in with my suit. I look good. I'm a professional. I own rental property at that time. Not a fucking penny of help from my parents or the government. A real fucking man, right? I walk in my suit. There's the jazz band. There's the dance floor. Ended up having to ask every single girl who was single in that jazz bar nightclub to dance, which I knew how to dance. 31 of them shot me down because I asked one, then I asked another, and I'm like, this is ridiculous. Normally people dance. Every girl shot me down. I just want to think, okay, proof positive. I'm right. You're all fucking wrong. I'm not asking you to get married. You don't even know. Just, do you want to dance? That's it. That was it. That was a very telling night. I'm like, yeah, society can be wrong. The individual can be right. And in today's society, I wouldn't, especially Christianity. Oh, fuck off, Christianity. Jesus hasn't been there in a long ass time. Jesus is on. Where's Jesus? He's on the internet. Some good podcasts and sermons and digital pastors. And yeah, okay, the single mom group at the church. One of the girls there called you names. I think you're fine, buddy. I think you're fine. All right. If you've had wonderful experiences dating Christian women or marrying them, that's my favorite. Oh, look at all. Oh, geez. For God being here, sure, there's a lot of fucking divorce going on. The fuck, man? Oh, those vows didn't count before God. Because what? 1, 2, 3, no outs? You had your fingers crossed? Is that? Oh. If you're interested, send me the story. I love to hear marriage stories with the Christian wife and obedient. Or was it, I don't like that part of the Bible. I don't like this part of the Bible. Oh, I like this part. Oh, this one sucks. Cyberbully, $5. The most publicly Christian girl I know is dating a Gen Z SoundCloud rapper, used car salesman that lives at home with his parents. Great taste. Yep. They're not real. Don't. Do you guys remember when the redhead monster, the dopey Christians welcomed her with open arms? She's the Nyla Ray, Nyla something, and she's like, "Oh my God, totally Jesus," and I'm totally like getting baptized, and she just used it to like stir up controversy to get more subscribers to her OnlyFans. Oh. Reed Schwartzer, $2. Churches treat born agains like the prodigal son. Yeah, they do. They do. You should be a little bit more stringent on who you let in there, church people. Oh, I don't know what I'm talking about. How is enrollment in the congregations coming along? Do I have to look up the economic church statistics on that? Journey Trials Enjoy, $5. America doesn't have the foundation to raise godly women anymore. No, it really doesn't. Nor godly men. Reen, again, $5. There's a reason men have to vet for women. They cannot pick to save their lives. Vetted all my sister's boyfriends. It has to be done. It's not a joke. There's some truth in that. There is. That's why you got to get your old man in on it. But see what modern day men are my age now, who are the fathers of boomer men. Oh, get the fuck out of here, boomer men choosing wise things. Just go get your ass wiped by the orderly. Go away. My generation of fathers, well, sweetheart, what do you think? I mean, I don't have daughters, but I got my little nieces, and they're not my daughters. But I'm like, you're not dating until you're 37. I'm gonna break the arms of any guy that looks your way. Like I could eyeball. Like, no, what are you majoring when you get older? I'm 14, so shut the fuck up. I don't care. What are you gonna major in? Are you shoveling driveways? You raking yards? What are you doing? Hey, play videos. Get the fuck out of here. Daddy, why is that boy crying after talking to Uncle Aaron? Yeah, Reen, come with me on a journey, man. Come with me on a journey, huh? You ready? Huh? Here we go. What if we just don't vet? Like, it's not our problem, not our lives, right? I was like, nah, go ahead. Yeah, no, I'm sure he's turning it around. I'm sure he's on probation. He's changing his. Oh yeah, great guy. Yeah, you go. Yeah, no. Oh no, he did the thing that the stereotype said would come true. Oh wow, who could have guessed that? Oh, don't worry, you got this. The other one's just around the corner. The Lord will provide. A man with a throbbing cock and 5 baby mamas, but he'll believe in Jesus this time. Yeah. And 6-pack abs. Ken Rose, $2. He says, hello. Biscuit, $5. Dating Christian women is like the LA wildfires on an easily preventable mistake. What it really is, and I know there's what few Christian women might tune in. Ladies, you don't realize it because it's been forever for so long that men were the ones that had to convince women. Men had to chase women since time. That's how it's been. It is actually changed now, where the guys say, no, no. We got the internet. Everyone's waking up. Everyone's getting hip to the jive. And if you authentic Christian girls want to find authentic Christian guy, well, you got a lot of convincing to do because there's a lot of gals out there ruining your reputation. Well, men should just go and be responsible and get in shape and actually be a good Christian girl. And here, you ready for some free advice, Christian girls? If you don't like sex, go become a nun. All right? Or the school mom or marm, school marm, the organ player, devote yourself to the church, devote yourself to God. Go work a regular to become the accountant, serve the church. All right. But if you don't like sex, don't bother getting married. All right. Reen, $2. I could confirm the client as well. It's not you. Yes. Yes. Cyberbully, $5. How tall are you? I'm about 5'10", barefoot, and feel very short these days. Lots of early 20s girls are 5'10" these days. Lots of 6'2" Gen Z dudes. Maybe you're just hanging out in the Danish district. I don't know. I'm 5'9". That's still, as far as I could tell, average. That's not. Girls want a guy taller than that, generally speaking. But I don't think you have. Well, let's look up the average height of Gen Z. Average height Gen Z. I don't think they're that much taller. 5'9". Oh no, that's US. What is the actual height Gen Z men? 19-year-old boys, average height 5'9", even a little bit shorter, 5'8.8". Oh, they're still growing though. Okay. Because yeah, you still grow after night. So maybe it's 5'10". Average height by men, date of birth. Oh, we're going down a little bit. Oh, wait, that's 1996. Why is it? Is it the Latinos immigrating here? Are you guys bringing the average down? What's going on? I don't think the generations are taller that are younger. I don't think so. But I'm 5'9". I did well. But I put a tremendous amount of work into it. I mean, have you guys ever asked 31 women to dance in one night? By the way, after a while, it only took me like 15 minutes. So I'm like, this is fucking bullshit. It's like, what? What do you mean it doesn't look any good? Doesn't get to look any better than that. I don't know what more you want than a guy in a suit. Now, admittedly, they didn't know I was a ballroom dance instructor and and had money and rental property, but let me get the cyberbully. $5. I actually sort of like the OnlyFans girls I have met and dated. They are usually kind of based and fun. Wait, you actually meet your OnlyFans girl? I thought they never meet the people. I mean, well, wouldn't that just be escorting by this time? Like, or is that okay, hang on. Is that the evolution? I would have thought OnlyFans is like stripping. If you could do it digitally, you wouldn't want to do it in person because, well, you got to go a place. It's time consuming. Other people around, more dangerous, disease. No joke. So why not do it digitally? So why would you go into person? But is that now a thing they do where it's like, oh yeah, and you can meet where you could have the girlfriend experience? I don't know if that was a thing they're offering. Thomas Crown, $5. Cappy to his daughter. Who is this fuck boy that you've brought into my house? No, if I had a daughter, there's a whole video on that. If I had a daughter, in between getting her up to $50 an hour as an accountant or an engineer by the age of 16, I'd have all my children. I'm like, nope, there's no reason you're going to be 16 years old not making a living wage. We're going to do is there be accounting, engineering program, some fucking thing. The boys that would come in, I'd be like, well, be perfectly honest, I'd have many conversations with my daughter. I'd say, you should be able to figure this out. But I'd talk to I wouldn't want to scare the piss out of the kid either. I mean, you kind of want to, but you know, like, all right, I'd be like, all right, what's your deal? You really, you know, high school, that's not going to happen. They ain't going to go anywhere. If she started bringing guys home when she's like 23, 24, I'm like, I better talk to this guy. Yeah, like, and there would be no Democrats, no fucking Democrat, no. Like, I raised you wrong. I guess you're emancipated. I guess I'm putting you up for adoption. When you figure it out and you grow up, let me know. You could come back. Yeah, I want like, you got a job? All right. You support yourself? Yeah. You got some hobbies? Yeah. All right. You make her cry, I'll kill you. That's it. That's it. You believe in God? Bull muscle, $2. Puahana Beach, 80 today, 82 Fahrenheit deadlift. Personal record yesterday. Fuck you too, bull muscle. Good for you, man. Good for you. Big Shell, $2. You weren't a tall guy in a suit. I am aware of the one drawback I got is I'm not that tall. I'm very average height. Told you guys before where I did date a lot of girls taller than me. Things would be going well, and then they begrudgingly, oh, we can't go. I'm like, why not? I'm like, why are you crying then so much? Why are you sad? Like, if this wasn't going to work out, are you liberated? No, I really like you. I noticed last night you did. What? Okay. I'm left to believe it because I wasn't tall enough for her girlfriends. Reed Schwartz are $5. The dad that talks to you raised his daughter well. You have to be wary of the ones ready to hand her off. Yeah. No, you want the old man to talk to you. If it's getting serious, you know, not like you're 15, like, I'm dropping you off at the movies. If you get pregnant, you're fucking out on the streets. I do remember though, even in my 20s, even late 20s, because girls would be living at home with their dads because they're so strong and independent. And then the guy would want to meet me, which I understand. And just like, oh, one guy, he was ex-Air Force. You see my gun collection? I'm like, no. You want to see my gun collection? I'm like, not particularly. No, I got a gun. I'm like, yeah, so do I. I work security. And then I said, wait, were you Air Force? They allow you to have guns? And that kind of shut him. Like, shut the fuck up, boomer. Shitty daughter, too. Fucking, oh, God, worthless person. All right. There you go. If you girls need dating Christian advice, let me know. I charge a lot more money for women, so you pay attention. Link below the book of Numbers, analyzing the ROI in the pursuit of women. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.